Hello, this is Dr. Brown. In this short video, we're going to go over the items you'll need to be aware of to do well in this course. This is Precalculus Math 1113. In the next slide, we've got the topics we're going to cover. We're first going to go over the syllabus, then go over an overview of the course resources that are available and where to find them. Then we're going to talk about the class schedule, what you need to do each week to keep up. And I'd like to mention right here that the schedule is slightly different for Statesboro and Swainsboro students and those students in Augusta, because Augusta has a different spring break schedule. The two schedules will be a little bit different, but in the beginning they'll be the same, and towards the end they will be the same. But during the time of the spring break, there will be slightly different schedules. Then we'll talk about the first assignment that needs to be completed by Friday, January the 18th. Turns out that if you do this assignment, you'll get an extra point added to your final average. Then we'll talk about how to communicate with me and get any required help, and then go over the proctored test and how to take them. First, we're going to talk about the syllabus, and you can go to my website, which is given here. I'm going to show you how to get to it. Go to the East Georgia State College website, and I'm going to log in. If you go into Georgia View D2L, you can always go here and get to all the resources, including my web page. The course is Precalculus, Math 1113, Section WB. You would click on this, and I'm pretty sure you're familiar with D2L. I'm not going to go over all of it, but basically let's go to the content. And you will see a table of contents, the various resources. Here you see the Precalculus resources. And I'm going to go first to my web page, because from there you can get to the Precalculus site. And then notice on this page, you can get to essentially everything you need to see. The only thing you would not be able to see are the notes on the videos, which you have to print out from D2L. But let's first go to the syllabus. And here is the syllabus for this semester. My office is in Locust Grove. I'm associated with the Swainsboro location, but I'm teaching this from my home near Atlanta. You can reach me on cell phone 478-494-2592. And my email is given here. And this is the preferred way to contact me. All email will be through the campus cat mail. I will not be using any other emails. Office hours, you can contact me by phone or through a teleconference method, which will be arranged. Probably it would be a Zoom video conference, which we'll talk about later. This is a Precalculus course. You can read about it. Go to the catalog link. You have to have a C or higher in Math 1111 or my permission to take this course. very important. The textbook, you don't have to have a hardcover textbook, but you need to purchase a My Math Lab passcode, which will have a digital version of the text, as well as the homework. All the homework is done through My Math Lab. The course ID for this course is Brown 54227. You would use this when you register for the My Math Lab course. You can click on this and get the learning outcomes that we have in Precalculus. For evaluation, there are going to be 4 tests or quizzes and a final exam. All will be proctored. There will also be the homework, and the homework will count as one quiz. So in the end, we'll add up 4 quizzes and a homework and divide by 5, and that will be your average going into the final. Grading, the homework will count 100 points. 4 quizzes or tests will count 100 each. The final grade will be 70% of your quiz average plus 30% of your final exam average. There is one additional policy which might help you if you are having trouble at the very beginning of the course and finally begin to catch on, and you can do well on the final. Your final grade can be your final exam grade. But don't expect to be able to catch up at the very last minute and do well on the final exam. That does not happen. But if you start catching up fairly soon after you have any kind of initial problems, you can show how well you can do by doing well on the final exam. Of course, online learning requires the learner to take even more responsibility in the class. You have to keep up with all the lectures that are on YouTube videos. You need to answer emails promptly. Don't wait until the last minute to do the work in the class. Watch all the videos as shown on the schedule that we'll see in a minute. You can read all the other items here. One important thing is the last day to withdraw without penalty is September 6th. Excuse me. It is March the 6th. Notice I had to refresh this for the latest course. The last time for withdrawal without penalty is March the 6th. Here's your campus emergency policy. One additional course requirement is that you have to have either a TI-83 or 84 or the plus versions, a graphing calculator, to do the work in this class. You will not be able to do well in the class if you do not have these. So I'd like to tell you right now, be sure you have these graphing calculators. The daily course schedule is given here. If you click on this, but we're going to go back to the web page to go over that. If we get back to the Precalculus web page, okay, now we're going to look at the daily schedule. I'm going to click on it to refresh it. The first thing I want you to notice is that if you're in Swainsboro or Statesboro, you will use the schedule that is shown first. The schedule for Augusta students is slightly different, although most of it is the same. The only difference is that the Augusta students have a different spring break schedule. So everybody will begin at the same time and be doing the same lessons. what I want you to understand here is the required homework is given in my math lab. You need to sign up for that right away. You can get notes on the videos from the D2L page, and then take notes on these notes as you watch the videos. But notice, first lesson, you click on the video here and it will bring up a YouTube. And we won't listen to the video right now, but that's it. You go through each week and do the videos and then do the homework that's assigned on My Math Lab. The first test will be February the 7th or February the 8th. You need to tell me which day you want to take those, your proctored test, and whether it's AM or PM. That'll be in the questionnaire. Notice that the first test is the same in all locations, as is the second test. But then right after the second test, Swainsboro will take their spring break. Statesboro students will continue to study the next lessons. Test 3 for Swainsboro will be April 11th and 12th, although test 3 for Augusta will be April 4th and 5th. So you need to be aware of which schedule you should be following. Notice April 8th, Augusta will take their spring break. Finally, everybody will be back together for test 4, all locations, April 25th and 26th. And then the next week, we will review for the final exam. So that is the schedule. Notice you can get all the resources except the video section notes. On D2L, you can get all of the resources. Sometimes it's a little easier to navigate from my website. Going back briefly to my website for Precalculus, notice you have your daily schedule. You have your first assignment questionnaire, which is also in the email I've sent you out. You'll see all the other resources here, like a Test 1 review video, Test 1 review problems that you need to work, etc., for all the tests. So you can look at all of these resources that are available for you. Now, I would like to make a point here on the homework. The homework is absolutely essential if you want to be successful in this course. My experience has shown if you don't make at least 80% on the homework, you will not pass, or you'll have very little chance of passing. This is borne out by a number of semesters of experience in teaching this course, that if you don't do the homework, you won't be able to work the quizzes and the final. Those who have passed this course in recent semesters did generally at least 85% of the homework. Those who made a D or an F did less than 50%, sometimes none at all. So I'd like to try to make a point here that consider dropping the course now if you feel you don't have time to do the homework. You will then not be wasting your time or mine. I would like to help you in any way. Anytime you have a problem working homework or have a question, don't hesitate to call me. I'm available to help you in any way. But I'd like to emphasize that you need to do the homework. There's a first assignment you need to finish by January the 18th. If it's not completed, you could be dropped for non-attendance. You email the answers to these on my email address, bbrown@ega.edu. You can read the questions here. They're very straightforward. A really important thing is to tell me which campus location you want, where you want to take your proctored quizzes or your final exam. Swainsboro, Statesboro, Augusta. If none of those work for you, you need to respond and use ProctorU. And here's a website for going to ProctorU to sign up for ProctorU if you need it. Continuing on with the assignment, first assignment, you need to respond to me in this assignment telling me what days you want to take tests 1, 2, 3, and 4 and the final exam. So you need for sure to let me do this so we can begin to set up the dates for your proctored test. You need to choose either Thursday or Friday or AM or PM for all of these dates. Finally, I would like for you to send me your cell number. It's not required, but it might help communications. I found that it could be very useful if we could text one another and or talk on the phone. As I said, this assignment is worth 1 point added to your final average. It's definitely worth doing. Now, how do you communicate with me and get any required help? You do this by email. Also, you need to check your EGA mail at least once per day. If you don't reply to an email within 2 days, I'll assume that you're not attending and you may be dropped. You can call me on my cell phone given here. If you need an answer immediately, I would also like you to give me your cell number. If you have a problem, math problem you need help with, you can use Ask My Instructor at my math lab. I'll respond quickly and I will work it out and maybe make a short video on how to do it. If you need some tutoring, you can request a Zoom video conference for a tutoring session. Turned out that last semester I used this a lot and it was helpful. The next slide shows you how to set up a Zoom video conference. If you want one, request it. If you need any help on any math problems, you can request it by email, cell, or text. We agree on a day or in a time. Then I will send you an email invitation to join me in a video conference. And you respond by clicking on the link in the email. At this time, an app will be loaded on your PC, Mac, iPad, or tablet, and then you will join the conference. You can ask me questions. You can see my screen. We can work problems and discuss anything you wish about the course. And finally, if you can't come to a proctored site like Swainsboro, Statesboro, or Augusta, you can use ProctorU, and you can go to their website here, www.proctoru.com. You need to register for them and be able to log in. Your Wi-Fi, computer, and camera must be working very fast. You need to test your setup with ProctorU. You'll then notify ProctorU and me when you plan to take the test within a time frame that I'll provide. The test will be given on my math lab, and I will allow 2 hours for the exam. You can email me with any questions. Finally, good luck to everyone. Please ask me for help. anytime you need it.